everybody. Thanks for listening to On the Podcast. This is a short format episode podcast that you can listen to while you're doing your business on the pot, or maybe one of your podcasting microphones is acting up.
What?
And you have to figure out what the heck is going on with it before you record again. So you're stomping through the chat with somebody online and they're clearly not understanding what the issue is. So you try and send them a little clip and you're editing the clip and you're editing your thing and you're talking to them. So while you're killing time waiting for them to respond, turn on an episode of On the Podcast and learn a little bit.
Did they listen to the clip?
They told me they did. Did they respond and tell me what the issue was? No. Basically, unplug it, plug it back in.
Well, fixes a lot of things.
Yep. I'm Katie.
And I'm Liz. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Liz.
What are we talking about today?
Liz, I have been in media industry my entire career of some sort, and I know the threat of a hot mic.
Yes.
It happens to the best of us, but either somebody or you put a mic on yourself and you forget that it's there, which being a videographer, I truly love when that happens because that means the person's comfortable enough to like have it on and forget about it, but it can get you into some trouble.
Yep.
So today I'm going to tell you about Astronaut John Young and his hot mic incident.
Okay. What was that documentary? It wasn't Making a Murderer. It was the other guy. Remember, he goes to the bathroom and he's like, what am I going to tell them? That I killed them all? I killed them all. He's like, what the fuck?
I don't think I know that one.
What?
Oh my God, I'm going to have to go find it.
It was all the rage like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
6 years ago. It was like pre-COVID.
The biggest hot mic incident I remember, Al Roker from the Today Show was doing like a 24-hour telecast, weather telecast thing, and he went to the bathroom with his mic on.
Oh no.
Also, not me personally, my parents have had a microphone dropped into the toilet when somebody goes to the bathroom. Those things are expensive.
They are.
Okay, so anyway, John Young. So he was the commander. Well, he had a long history of space flights, but he was the commander of Apollo 16. We'll start there, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about another one. So Apollo 16 was the 10th manned mission to the moon. So you probably haven't heard about it. It wasn't anything super mind-blowing because we've been to the moon. That's old news. It was also the 5th flight to land on the moon.
Okay.
The mission's objective was to land on this part of the moon called the Lunar Highlands, and they were basically doing like geology experiments, taking rocks, going to a different part of the moon, taking other rocks, digging a little bit, whatever.
Okay.
Not super important.
Okay.
So the mission launched at 12:54 p.m. on April 16th, 1972. Blasted up, had a few issues that aren't super important while they were like orbiting the moon. So they had to orbit for a few days before they could actually land. And they finally landed a few days later on April 21st. So landed on the moon, they're digging around, whatever, communicating back with Houston. And astronaut John Young farted.
Well, when you gotta release the gas, you gotta release the gas.
So I'm gonna play you this little part where he talks about his.
So we don't actually have the recording of it.
Well, you can truly barely hear it.
All right.
But he says, "I got the farts again."
Oh boy.
I got the farts again. I've got them again, Charlie. I don't know what the hell gives them to me. Certainly doesn't. I think it's acid smelling. I really do. I haven't eaten this much citrus fruit in 20 years. And I'll tell you one thing. In another 12 fucking days, I ain't never eating any more. And if they offer to sub me potassium with my breakfast, I'm going to throw up.
Okay, so let me. Because
He's trying to blame his farts on citrus fruit.
Citrus fruit. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, okay, let me find where it is in the transcript so I can actually read it to you. John Young says, I have the farts again. I got them again, Charlie. I don't know what the hell gives them to me. Certainly not. I think it's stomach acid. I really do. And he's talking to his other astronaut that's with him. He says it probably is. Young laughing means, I mean, I haven't eaten this much citrus fruit in 20 years. Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing, in another 12 fucking days, I ain't eating any more. And if they offer me supplements, potassium with my breakfast, I'm gonna throw up. I like an occasional orange, really do, but I'll be darned if I'm going to be buried in oranges.
Okay. So, but he's in orbit right now.
No. So I don't know if they're back in the spacecraft or they're still on the moon. This is like end of the day debrief that they did not know that was being like, broadcast to the public. So the public can also listen to this. He didn't realize that his mic was still on while he's telling his like astronaut buddy, like, dude, I can't stop farting. So being broadcast to the public, why this is happening is because the Apollo mission right before Apollo 15, the astronauts on that one were having some potassium issues. So they like upped the amount of potassium that these guys were eating, which led to these stomach issues.
But he says in 12 days, so they were going to be out there for a while?
They were out there for a while. Dang. So so again, this was broadcast to the public. We know Florida's known for oranges. Mm-hmm. So then Florida Governor Ruben Askew was so pissed off that Young was like, these oranges are the reason that I'm farting, because if you hear an orange makes you fart, so you're not gonna want to eat an orange. So he was like, no way, this is what's happening. It's not my oranges that are making you fart. It was just the excessive amount of oranges.
But seriously though?
Yes, that's actually what was making him fart.
Oh. Who knew?
So, and then I wanted to tell you a little other tidbit about John Young, because this was not the only food related thing that he had kind of gotten into trouble for with NASA. So before the Apollo 16 mission, he was on the Gemini 3 mission, which was March 23rd, 1965. And it was John Young and Gus Grisham. And this was just like an up and back, really quick day trip to outer space. Yeah. Katy Perry trip to outer space. So it was only supposed to be like 5 hours, like less than 5 hours. So they'd only put like food rations for Young into the spaceship. I don't know why they did that. Gus Grisham must have eaten a big breakfast. I'm not really sure. So Young's like, well, no, like, why do I get food and my buddy doesn't? So he sneaks a corned beef sandwich into his spacesuit because he knew that was Gus Grisham's favorite sandwich. So snuck this corned beef sandwich into his spacesuit and like unzips it and gives it to Grissom while they're like up in orbit, and Grissom like takes a few bites of it. Sandwiches are a big no-no in space because the crumbs from the bread just, you know, because there's no gravity, like either gets into their eyes or gets into the mechanisms or causes issues. So yeah, they landed and got in trouble for that too. However, silver lining out of all of that, it did make a Guinness World Record of course, the first sandwich snuck into space.
Yeah, of course.
And then it wasn't the actual sandwich, but a replica of the sandwich ended up in the Gus Grissom Memorial Museum in Mitchell, Indiana.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Astronauts, they're just like us.
The astronauts.
You know,
So,
right around in the wintertime, it's like typically I want to say like December, right around December it starts. They start selling the cuties at the grocery store. Probably something to do with like vitamin C, not having it as much in the wintertime. I just like I will house those bags. I've never once thought about. I need to.
it makes you gassy.
I need to. What I need to do is I need to track my daily farts now in the summertime.
Yeah.
And then keep counting into the wintertime to see if there's been a difference made or not.
So I'll tell you this story, and Evan does not listen, so he can't get upset about it. My brother
take
has
that,
told
Evan.
me
But do
that
you think your parents are going to listen and tell Evan?
maybe that one time he was sitting in his office and he had eaten something and he was just like nonstop farting, so he had a little like ticker in his office.
Oh
and
my
he
gosh.
was sitting there counting his farts.
I mean, you might as well.
So you got to get one of those like
Yep.
eat
I
the
will.
cuties at the same time.
I will. I'm very curious now. All right. Well, thanks, Katie.
You're welcome.
What's that inside my body?
Gas?
Yeah, not wrong.
Gas, and remember your microphone is on.
Yes. Yes.
And also a little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye.